Brenda J. Lilly here from Creative Consultations. I just wanted to put out a small disclaimer before we launch into today's video that says I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm just here to engage, to encourage, and hopefully empower other artists to go out and live their art dream. So here we go. Enjoy the video. Good morning, everybody. Brenda J. Lilly here with Creative Consultations. Today is Monday morning, June 17th, and it is time for our Monday morning Kickstart. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, like and subscribe and share it with your friends, family, and other artsy fartsy people. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the flip side. Good Monday morning, everybody. Brenda J. Lilly here with Creative Consultations. It's Monday morning Kickstart, and I have my big blue cup of coffee, and I am ready to rock and roll. I want to take a moment today to talk about rest. As artists, we have a tendency to go from project to project to project, and we are passion filled, focused, and we endeavor to create the best things ever all the time. And I remember when I was just beginning my career in my 20s and all the way through my 30s into my 40s, early 40s, this is how I worked. I would go from project to project to project to project, and I wouldn't think of resting. I would have a day off. And when I had that day off, I had to run to do my banking and to do my grocery shopping and to do my laundry I had to take care of life things on that day. And if I wanted to have any kind of social life, that was the day to do it. And so I was running on my day off just as hard as I would run through the work week. And I remember thinking somewhere in my 20s, I don't know that I'm going to make it to 40. And I don't think anybody in their 20s should have that thought process. But my psyche was telling me that this pace and rhythm was not sustainable for a long life. By the time I was 33, I remember looking at a friend of mine, and I was in a major life transition at that moment. And I remember looking at a friend of mine and saying, and we had this discussion. I remember it like it was just yesterday. I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. I'm going to find a better way to do this, a more sustainable way to do this. And by this, I was meaning theater, arts, entertainment, the industry I was in, the way we work as in the entertainment industry is so crazy. Like, I remember freaking out when somebody said, well, why don't you just get this job? And I was like, it's 40 hours a week. I couldn't imagine working 40 hours a week, not because it was too much, because I didn't know what I would do with the rest of my time. At that moment, when somebody offered a 40-hour a week position to me, I was working almost 100 hours a week and working just a standard 40 hours and having a weekend, an actual weekend, like working 8 hours a day and having a lunch break and going home and having an evening to myself and then having a weekend off. Like, it actually scared me. I was an idiot. Oh man, you gotta love youth. I'm not a young idiot anymore. And I did leave that side of things for a while to find a new way of doing what I do. Now, I still go project to project, and there are times that are busier than others, but I will tell you, I honor rest and recuperation time, rejuvenation time, reinvention time. now more than I ever did back then. I live a more peace filled life now more than I ever did back then. And I have so much more joy now than I did back then that I'm astounded that it took so long for me to figure it out, but rest is super important. And I'll tell you, I call my day off my day of rest. It might be just a word to you, but to me, it's completely different. A day off connotates a day that you're not working, which means you have time to run, 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 run. You can go out to dinner with friends. You can go to the movies. You can go do grocery shopping. You can go do your laundry. You can go do life things, right? That's that's a day off. Go to an amusement park. You run because you have a day off of work. So you want to just go and do other things other than work. But a day of rest is something completely different. A day of rest is a day where you just stop, where you take time to breathe, focus on things internally, take walk, be with nature. But it's a day where you just are a human being rather than a human doing. I took that day yesterday. And I know for a lot of people who know me, taking a Sunday as a day of rest is not always a choice you can make. But it was a choice I had to make yesterday because I looked at the week coming up and I said, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to have one in the midst of this week. So I better take Sunday to rest, to rejuvenate, to recover from the week I just had, from the projects I just did. I used to go at it so hard when I was younger that at the end of a project, my body would literally fall apart. I would get a cold, I would get the flu, I would get pneumonia, bronchitis. I would just get so super sick that my body would be in bed for 2 weeks and I could do nothing. And that's why I said at the age of 33, there's got to be a better way to do this because I was so sick of throwing all of my my good energy and my focus and my determination and all of those things only into my work and my actual like life outside of work I was giving nothing to because all I could do was sleep. So my relationships suffered, my home suffered, like everything around me was sort of that has I think actual value. The people in my life, I think that suffered, they suffered, I suffered for lack of attention because I was giving all of my attention, focus, passion, time and energy to my work and giving and then when that work was done all my body and brain could do was shut down. That's not sustainable. And I don't think that that's healthy. I think that there has got to be some sort of balance between work life but also work life rest. you know Everyone needs a break. Everyone's brains, spirits, minds, and bodies need time to just be, to honor that part of yourself and get quiet is, I think, so important in order to maintain the next project, to sustain good life work balance. You have to take a day of rest. And so I challenge you to start scheduling in not just a day off, but a day of rest into your life and times. I promise you, it will change your world. It will shift your focus. It will help your art, not hurt it. And it will change you as a human being. It might even help you become who you were always meant to be. Take a day of rest. Honor yourself. I will see you again next Monday. Thanks for listening. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe. What are you waiting for? All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Bye.